From time to time, I get emails from people who I question their sanity at times. Maybe it's because I don't disagree with them or agree with them. Maybe it's because, I don't know. But someone sent me an unbelievable message the other day telling me that my absolute disdain for the World Economic Forum is unfounded. And the email went on to tell me how important it is that we establish a world order because times have changed. I was told that I sound like an old man barking about things and how I don't want things to change. And maybe I do sound like an old man barking about things and how I don't want things to change. I was asked in the message, what is wrong with having things and loving that fact that we have things provided for us? What is wrong with having things and loving the fact that we have all things provided for us? It was what the sentence was. And then the message went on to say, well, it went on to encourage me to see the positive side to a world order and that I need to be more open-minded to it. And I sent a simple message back. I said, I'm sorry, but I disagree. That's all I said. I didn't want to get into an argument about this. I just said, I'm sorry, but I disagree. I mean, the closest thing to the big mouth tyrant of the days of old is Klaus Schwab of the World Economic Forum. I mean, okay, he's hardly a Hitler or a Stalin, but he certainly fits the personal and visual image of a James Bond villain with his odd sci-fi clothes he wears, his strange minions surrounding him, and he has this unnerving accent and speech pattern. He has that deep German accent. It's very annoying. And, of course, he appears to be the forebear of the beast that is trying to take over the world. Honestly, I'm losing empathy for those who are asleep and those who do not wish to wake up. But as hard as I try, and I always try to get the word out, I just keep on plugging away and hope someone decides that they no longer can sleep through the apocalypse. Things are different now, guys. Things are different now. There's nothing more obvious than the efforts of these people to take over the world, and there is no excuse to remain asleep. In the past, a totalitarian takeover was anything but hidden. I mean, typically it entailed a big-mouth tyrant like Lenin or Stalin or Hitler to start spouting off how he and his ideological vision were going to make the country he targeted and everyone in it much, much, much better off. Oh, my ideas are great. I will do the things that are great. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't. That's not how it works anymore. We have what are known as image and action parameters where we think we know what a fascist looks like. We think we know what a fascist sounds like. And you know, it's funny. People always say that the fascists are mean people. I can tell what a fascist sounds like. A fascist is a mean person. Most people think that. They think that fascists are just mean. That's what makes them fascist, is because they're mean. That's not what a fascist is. I laugh because, believe me, there are many people, and you may be listening to my voice and feeling the same way, but just because you're mean, it doesn't make you a fascist. But people think that way. They think just because a person's mean, or they're grumpy, or they're sour, or they're angry, or they sound belligerent, or whatever, that's why they think, oh, Trump's a fascist, because I just don't like the way he treats people. That doesn't make him a fascist. It doesn't. You need to listen to what's being said. You need to watch what's being done. I mean, I don't know. It's all based on what we've seen and heard on the History Channel. That's why people will think, well, he's a fascist because he sounds scary. You know, swastikas, hammer and sickle armbands, they've been replaced with three-piece suits. And they're backed by an eager mouthpiece for the fascist state. And anymore, they don't hide it. I mean, you look at what's going on in Ukraine. You see the Azov battalion and how they wear their little, Nazi insignias, and they're right on TV there, and no one questions it because it's bad. You can't question the fact that there are Nazis fighting out there. Anyway, you look at everything, and, they're not saying, you see these people doing these things and supporting this stuff, and we don't say, hey, there's a dictatorship in the making, or a fascist state in the making. And they didn't back then either, I'm sure. But now they're calling everything and anything that's the good guys, they're calling them, they call it a democracy. What we're doing is a democracy, and that's good. But that's in name only, guys. The hidden part is demonstrated by never telling people the restrictions they endure or the loss of their freedoms, and being told that these loss of freedoms are for the benefit of the state or the new ideology or the new normal, but rather these are for the this is for the benefit of the people. This is for the benefit of the community. It's for all of us. If we all do it, we all are going to be good. Okay. Hitler and Lenin had similar sorts of things at first. And maybe our leaders are adopting the same tactics. Of course, this is how a criminal element works. Is these world-renowned criminals throughout history did a lot of, manipulating and kind of finagling. But I believe that the current path to totalitarian rule is not as obvious and overt as it has been in the past. It's subtler now, more disguised to most. From the Pope to the president, we now can see that the fix is in, and that the people who have tried to rebel have been met with opposition because they are unaware of the hidden evil within. People, as I said, embracing their inner Satan, embracing their inner Luciferian. And there are many people that probably couldn't even tell you what a democracy is, how a democracy operates. But they believe they're living in a democracy. They believe this is all democracy. Well, it's not really democracy. It's compliance. It's compliance created through lies and subterfuge. Although we do see the ideological creep at times in which these major shifts in morals, family values, or whatever, what it means to be a good person. And even though we see cancel culture, we see critical race theory and transphobia, etc., don't fool yourself. This is all part of the agenda to render all of us whacked, dazed, and confused. And it's working. Because when people are confused, they do nothing. They believe nothing. They're not very trusting. Anyway, I got a lot to say about what's up with the world again.